Hello my friends, welcome to another video. I'm Jeanette with Vivo Vintage Designs. In today's video I am going to show you how my alcohol ink flower went wrong and the reasons why. See, my studio is in my basement and unfortunately my dehumidifier isn't working properly, so I've not been able to work with alcohol inks because, as you know, humidity and the alcohol inks don't get along very well. So my compressor was blowing out water onto my paper. So I thought, all right, I played around for a little while. This is actually probably the third sheet of paper that I attempted to videotape on. And what I wanted to do was create almost like a sunflower with very short petals. But again, my compressor just was not, it was just spitting water all over my paper. So then I thought, all right, I'm going to try again, and I'm going to use the Ranger hand blower as you see me doing here. But you can see that I was getting these really weird petals. And I thought, all right, maybe if I use more alcohol and ink, it'll, in that bottle, by the way, I have a mixture of yellow ink and alcohol. And you can see that the petals were just not working for me. I continued blowing the petals, these wonky, crazy petals all around. The ink just refuses to move in a nice way. I was getting these spindly, weird petals, as you can see. But I'm not one to give up on a painting. So if my first attempt doesn't work, I just keep going. And sometimes I end up with the prettiest flowers or paintings when I was ready to trash it just a few moments before. You can see now I'm using less ink and trying to create some shorter petals. But again, I was getting these weird, spindly, pointy petals. It was just awful. So now I'm just going around one more time to see if anything works. And I decided, oh, let me use the dryer. But again, that didn't work either. I was getting these long, skinny petals that were not pretty at all. The ink was just moving. Almost, it looked like a ball rolling on the paper of the ink. I don't know if you can see that. But anyway, I was getting these skinny, spindly petals, which I did not like. So I decided to try the hand blower again one more time. And you can see it didn't matter what I did. The petals were splitting in half, sometimes in 3 different directions or more. They were just really awful. And now my hand is getting tired. I'm starting to lose the color in the center of the flower. So now I decide to take a little bit of the pitch black, put it on a micro brush, and recreate my center. And I figured at this point I have nothing to lose. I'm going to try and use the airbrush again. So I put down a little bit of that alcohol and ink mixture and start blowing out some petals in hopes that I can blow them all out before the compressor starts to spit water onto my paper. So I'm just going back and forth with the compressor, or rather the airbrush gun, over my puddle of alcohol, creating my favorite petals. And it's starting to look a little bit better. And now, because I know I'm going to crop this, I'm not concerned with what the edges of the paper look like. Now, this is a charcoal gray metallic metallic gel pen. And what I decided to do was to outline the shapes of the petals that I saw the ink form on the paper. And I'm not trying to be perfect about it. I'm just outlining what I see and what I like, what I think will look interesting. Because as you know, the ink, when you blow out the petals in the way that I like to blow them out, where they look like folded silk, it creates these beautiful folds in the ink and allows you to, if you outline them, it's really pretty. At this point, the flower seems to be coming together to me, and I'm very happy with the way it looks. And I'm not outlining all the way to the edge of the paper because, again, I'm going to crop this and those edges will all disappear. Can you hear Diesel's nails tapping on the floor? I tried to do a voiceover just a moment ago, but he was eating next to me and he sounded like a little pot-bellied pig. So this is my second attempt at a voiceover on this for this particular video. I can't tell you how many times I end up redoing a voiceover because of him. He's either barking or making little pig sounds or wanting attention. I love him to death, though. So now I'm creating my center. I'm using snow cap and a micro brush. And because I want my light to be coming from the upper left-hand corner, that's where I start with my dots. And then as I start to need to reload my micro brush, that's when I start moving downward toward the shaded area of my center. And every time I start in the upper left-hand side where my light is coming from. And be sure to dry in between your layers. So now at this point, I'm actually really excited about the way this flower has come together. And it's looking really pretty. So I've done my white dots with the micro brush and the snow cap, and now I take a white gel pen and I start to do little tiny dots around the edge of the center, just outside of the center on the petals, but not too far out. I just want to soften the edge a little bit. And then I add some in the center as well. Now I have a black gel pen and I start to make little dots in the shaded part just on the outside of the center as well. And then I add some around the top and the center as well. And I keep adding these little dots until I'm satisfied with the way it looks. So while I'm doing this, I'll remind you that all the products used are listed in the description box along with links. If you don't see the list, click on Show More or hit that little arrow pointing downward and it will expand. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, comment, and consider subscribing. Your interaction is very helpful and it's a wonderful way to show your support. So now you can see that I have cropped my painting to the size that I want. And I'm using a black POSCA pen to create an outline. Now, obviously, you don't have to, not an outline, a border. Obviously, you don't have to create this border on yours, but I would like to use this for a card. If you're going to frame it, it won't be necessary. Well, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.